Okay, this is the second semi-final. We had a cracker of the first semi-final, which was a neck-to-neck fight between Anirban Dasgupta and Sahil Shah. And Sahil Shah qualified eventually, and he becomes the first finalist of this edition. Back-to-back finals for him. Cool. Okay, I'm going to call all the four semi-finalists one by one. The first semi-finalist is also a semi-finalist from last edition. Had a great quarterfinal, the last quarterfinal. No, the second last quarterfinal. Give it up for Abish Matthew.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hi, welcome back, Abish. With that, we go to the only ex-champion of KVizzing with the Comedians, who's part of the semi-finalist lineup this time. Huge pressure on him. Give it up for Ashish Shakya.
Big fan, Abish Matthew.
Big fan, Ashish, big fan. I love that word champion. It feels like I've sweated and shit to get it. Muscle. Okay.
Just like Abish, the third contestant, also made her debut in the last edition, also reached the semi-final last time, and is back to the semi-final this time. Give it up for Maanvi Gagru.
Hi guys.
Hello.
With that, we go to someone who had a nail-biter finish in the last quarter-final, which led to probably the biggest upset of quarterfinals, where Varun Grover could not qualify for the semis. And the dark horse, Rueben Kaduskar is here. Rueben.
It's great to be in a semi-final. Good KVizzing on a bigger stage. Great.
Okay, let's begin the quiz. All the best, Abish, Ashish, Maanvi, Rueben. The first question will be to Abish. Abish, X is a country. Okay, X has 12 different time zones, more than any other country in the world. The reason behind that is that X was a big colonial power, had one of the largest empires, and once controlled 8% of the world's land. It still has control over many overseas territories, which it runs directly and which are seen as being part of X. So a policeman working in X, for example, can get a transfer to the Caribbean island of Saint Martin or New Caledonia in the Pacific. And so X operates under more time zones than any other country. Which country are we talking about?
Will you give me such a simple question, which I'm presuming is not true? So I feel like the answer is different from that 8% of the world's land. I'm gonna just start with my most confident answer and say it's elementary, dear Watson. It is none other than the United States of America.
Not the USA. Going to Ashish.
I just want to say it.
Had one of the largest empire, colonial power. मैं confused हो रहा हूँ. Okay, let me say, is it Japan?
Not Japan. Maanvi.
Fuck me, it's the other one.
Is it UK?
Not UK. Rueben.
Spain.
Not Spain. Okay, we'll take one more round. And the hint for all four of you is, yes, Europe is good track. So think Europe and think there's no trick there. So just think of famous European colonial powers who have ruled different parts of the world, and which is obviously not UK or Spain or what did Abish say?
It wasn't European, but America because of that.
But
you don't need to dwell on that.
Sorry.
Just think of me as one of the European answers.
So we'll go once again with from Abish.
Okay, then I guess here comes another overconfident answer.
The Dutch. Not Netherlands. Ashish.
Is it Turkey?
Not Turkey. Maanvi.
Is it Portugal?
Not Portugal. Rueben.
Then it has to be France.
It is France. To Rueben. It is France. 5 point there for Rueben. French, they operate through so many different time zones. All of these time zones come under France. Okay.
Cool. They still own these lands?
Yeah.
Was Portugal a colonial power? Like a
Was.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Russia, but then Russia was not a colonial power, so I got it.
Also,
just
Europe.
blown.
He said Europe.
Right, first round maybe.
I'm just blown away by the fact that I had no idea that France still owns these lands. Crazy.
Okay. Ruben
Wait,
gets.
they own Antarctica also.
No, there's a part in Antarctica, like different countries.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruben gets 5 points. Next direct will again be to Abish. Abish, this is a muzzle-loaded long gun that appeared as a smoothbore weapon in the early 16th century. At first, as a heavier variant of the arquebus, capable of penetrating heavy armor. By the mid-16th century, this went out of use as heavy armor declined, but the term continued until the mid-19th century. Which word was given to soldiers who used this gun or guns that might remind us of an 1844 French historical novel?
देखो novel vowel तो नहीं पढ़ा है,
but still gettable without
Yeah.
without the novel thing.
Have you
Novel
heard?
is an extra hint.
So the soldier and the gun name is the same or similar?
Similar. Like the soldier name derived from the gun name.
I am going to go by a guess that I'm thinking because of multiple strategy games and different people that come out of the garrison. But it's 16th century they went in terms of I would say a grenadier.
Not a grenadier. Ashish. Okay, Ashish.
Oh, I don't know. Is it bayonet?
Not bayonet. Maanvi.
I have no idea, but just pass.
Okay, going to Ruben.
Is it sniper?
Not a sniper. Okay.
Oh.
Going to.
That was my other guess, but I was like, snipers weren't around that early. I think.
I would guess. But I'm
going to take one more round.
Yes, please.
We'll give a hint. The hint is from the novel. Okay. The hint is Alexander Dumas or Alejandro Dumas.
Arey bhai,
Is it my turn?
Yes, Abish.
Your clue did not help at all, but I already had an answer in my head, which I will just say, because I'm just going by the visual of the cap and, very flamboyant, the musketeer.
Yes, that is correct. These were called musket.
Okay.
These were called musket, and the soldiers who used it were called musketeers. And of course, the reference was the Three Musketeers.
I would just like to tell you, because I thought of the mustache up is very French. And I was like, cartoon mein they wear these flamboyant things, musketeers.
That's a great
Musketeers.
correct.
Musketeers. Great. Okay. We now, since Abish got points on this, we are going to Ashish for the next direct. Ashish, Radioactive is a 2019 British biographical drama film directed by Marhane Satrapi and starring Rosamund Pike as X. The film is based on the 2010 graphic novel Radioactive X and Y, A Tale of Love and Fallout by Lauren Redness.
Lol, the pun in the Fallout.
Although the film is actually based on a 2010 graphic novel, it is marketed as a biopic on X. Geraldine McGinty of Cornell University severely criticized the film, not just for altering many historical events for dramatic effect, but for misrepresenting characters. Just tell me, who is X?
Curie.
Curie is correct.
Madam
10
Curie.
points there to Ashish. Yes, Marie Curie is correct. Radioactive is based on the life of Marie Curie.
I can't see her as anything apart from Gone Girl. So now this is extra dangerous. Radioactive psychopath.
I mean, she wasn't radioactive and then she became toxic.
Yeah, Ashish, you are very good with the jokes, yeah, Ashish.
Thanks, Abish. Win it, okay, today.
From one movie, we go to another movie / book. Okay, this is Maanvi's direct. Despite the fact that X swept the Academy Awards, it won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Adapted Screenplay for the year 1975. Author of the book on which the movie is based, Ken Casey, was not impressed. He was originally slated to help with the production, but left 2 weeks into the process. He claimed that he didn't even watch it and was especially upset that they didn't give the viewpoint of Chief Bromden. Okay, which movie / book are we talking about?
75.
Yeah,
All I know. Good, bad, and the ugly.
not The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Going to Ruben.
My guess is it Citizen Kane?
Not Citizen Kane. Abish.
I have multiple routes to take this. I want to tell you the method so that I can, whoever is next can. Okay, anyway, 1975. Obviously, at one. Okay, the best picture, best director, best actor, best actress. Interesting. 1975, actress. That means, adapt. Apocalypse Now? I don't know if that came out then, but
No, not Apocalypse Now. Ashish.
That's good guess. But no, uska to Joseph Conrad. I don't know, man. Is it like Cool Hand Luke?
No. Okay, we'll make it a 5-point question. Start with Maanvi. The hint for all four of you is Jack Nicholson.
Arey, done. I think. No, actually not done. No.
Next clue.
I know what you were thinking, Ashish.
Jack Nicholson, 75. Is it the Batman thing?
No. Ruben.
I only know one Jack Nicholson movie from that era, and the author is not Ken Kesey. So I'm still going to go with it. It's not The Shining.
No, it's not The Shining. Abish.
That's the only-
Oh, Shining also. Jack.
well, I was born in 87. जब मैं movie देखना चाहिए तो color था. So this is on the aspect of Technicolor time. So I am limited, and because the word chief is there, and it's not a racist name following chief, so it must be a war film. So I'm just gonna say Platoon.
Not Platoon. Ashish.
Is it Chinatown?
No, it's not China. Okay, closing this. The answer is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I thought that was the 80s. I thought that was the 80s.
Guys, I also want to take part and say, oh, damn,
Early
dude.
80s.
Oh.
Oh man.
I thought it was a
Jack
rom-com.
Nicholson नहीं बोलता ना, तो मैं Scarface बोलने वाला था.
So
I
nobody
wanted
gets
to
points
give-
for this.
In my
No, nobody
defense,
gets
I
it.
haven't watched the film, but I have read the book, so I should have.
Man, that was a bad guess.
Yeah. I thought I'll give hint as
Basically,
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo and Chinatown were my guesses, and I thought Cuckoo was like early 80s.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that last answer, no one answered, and it was Maanvi's direct. So next direct will also be Maanvi's. Last year, BMW manufactured a variant of their X6 car painted with a material made from vertically aligned nanotube arrays of carbon that reflect virtually no light. Nicknamed the Beast, what material is this car painted with?
So it's mixed in the paint, na? Or is it in like? Sorry, the substance is in its natural form, whatever it is the material? Is it a liquid, or is it mixed with a liquid and made into a paint kind of a thing?
It is painted with dash. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Or it is coated with dash.
Is it graphite?
Not graphite. Ruben.
Is it coal?
Not coal. Abish.
I'm going to say graphene.
No. Going to Ashish.
Vanta Black.
Vanta Black, the blackest of
Vertically
black.
aligned nanotube.
Yeah, ये था Facebook video. You're right. Yeah. You remember
Also-
that black that it turns like this on the Facebook
It absorbs
video?
all light, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you see the car, it says VBX.
VB, yeah.
Yeah. VB stands
But
for
we
there's
should
one-
know the word, na? Vanta Black for us to
Yeah.
get the V.
Yeah,
Also,
I
there is one more paint that came after this, which does a better job apparently of reflecting it.
Yeah.
Naam bhul gaya main.
Yeah. So Vanta Black is supposed to be the blackest of black, and this BMW is coated with Vanta Black. Okay, Shax gets it right. I go to Maanvi.
Okay, yeah.
Maanvi, talking about a certain kind of cancer, X cancer is a special type of skin cancer which usually affects the lower abdomen and thigh area. Okay, it is called so because it is specific only to a geographic region which experiences cold weather. To help counter it, so to help counter the cold weather, the people of this region use a X to keep their bodies warm. In fact, the X is a part of their culture. What is X and the region where it is used?
Is it I'm just randomly guessing. Okay. Is it that Kangri? A Kangri,
And the region?
Kashmir?
Beautiful answer, 10 points.
Oh.
I was like, if Maanvi doesn't get a
If I
Kashmir
don't get,
question,
yeah,
I
oh,
don't.
no.
It is the Kangri used in Kashmir. And there's a squamous cell carcinoma or something, which
Okay.
is only found in people from Kashmir, only because of this reason. So
I don't have it, guys. Knock on wood.
The Kangri?
No, the cancer, the skin cancer. Sorry. I don't
Okay,
know.
Maanvi gets 10 points and I go to Rueben. Rueben, lutetium is a chemical element with symbol Lu and atomic number 71. Okay, it is a silvery white metal which resists corrosion in dry but not in moist air. Lutetium was independently discovered in 1907 by French scientist Georges Urbain, Austrian mineralogist Baron Karl or von Welsbach, and American chemist Charles James. Now, the name lutetium is derived from Lutetia, which is what the Romans called a famous city. Okay, just tell me which city are we talking about?
Just want to point out that this element is also used when creating music. Like Jeene Mera Dil Lutetium is a great use of this element by the eminent scientist, Jazzy.
Season winner, everybody. Season winner. Just like you tell you, season winner.
Great joke, Ashish.
Thanks,
Beautiful.
Thanks, thanks.
Well,
Also,
तरफ से one extra
yeah,
fun
shut
point.
up. Bro, firstly, I would like to address my 10th standard boards result of chemistry paper was 1.5 out of 100. Boards.
Are they
Wow.
So this is
Sorry,
the worst.
Ruben, but that's fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
उल्टा तो नाम लिखने के लिए मिल जाता है क्या कर रहे हैं?
Dude, maths was half. All right, so no be teacher was like, "Chal le le." But no, this is city name. Geography was 20 out of 100. Still good. So.
Okay, before, sorry, anybody answers? It's still there, na, the city? Or is it a historic city and
No, the city is still there.
still there? Okay. You'd think after asking all these questions, I would come up with some guess at least.
I don't know. Is it Istanbul?
Not Istanbul. Abish?
Oh, right. You'll have to give me. I don't know why no city is coming to my head. Just Latvia is, so I'm guessing Latvia is the answer. It's not a city. So go on to the next. No problem. Back to you.
Okay, not Latvia. Ashish?
It's Paris.
It is Paris. Paris was called Lutetia in the good old days. Okay, it is Paris, Lutetia. Okay, Ashish
How
gets
much you
10
got
points.
in chemistry boards?
No, that's good because I was looking at the scientists. You know, there's an Austrian, there's a French and American. America to aa gaya hai. Austrian to help use karte hai. The one that is should have said Paris. Man,
Yeah.
good job, Ashish. I mean, Abish.
Okay, going to Maanvi now for a phrase this time. Okay, following is the monologue that was famously delivered by someone in 1981, which later became one of the most iconic and memorable quotes in the history of this sport. Dash, 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 man. That ball was on the line. Chalk flew up. It was clearly in. How can you call that out? He's walking over. Everybody knows it in the whole stadium. And you call it out. You guys are the absolute pits of the world. You know that. Just filling the blanks with
And
four.
forward.
Yes, forward. And even the blank length is indicative. That's also a hint for all four of you.
Arey wah. So, एक second. Huh? Let me write down all prepositions and articles that will.
And I have a doubt about the first word. That is really clear up my answer.
Did you give me marks for guessing one or two words?
Depends on.
Depends on which word.
Like if you get the like all the prepositions.
Then no points for that. Huh?
Is it मेरा नाम है बुल्ला?
और फाइनल में क्वालिफाई हुआ साहिल बुल्ला. Just killing time.
I think this is a joke.
Okay, I don't know, but like son of a gun man, that ball was on the line.
No, Rueben?
But off is correct.
No. The laga do
Wrong
aage.
position. Okay.
I'll tell you the opposite of Facebook. The laga do aage. The son of.
The son of a gun.
Rueben?
Can I guess the sport and the teams? Can I do that?
You can. It'll help us out.
Can I get? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to get the answer, but I think it's the Ashes, and it was an English commentator talking about Australian.
No, going to Abish.
Okay, Kumar, this expression is not changing. So what? Pass.
Okay, passing to Ashish.
So I know the funda. I'm not sure the exact words. This is John McEnroe yelling at the umpire. I'm going to guess this thing. It's probably "You've got to be kidding."
Very good track.
You've got to be kidding. You're fucking kidding. You're kidding me. ऐसा कुछ है.
Yeah, I'll give you points for McEnroe and also the sense of what he's trying to say. But I'll have to take one quick round with this hint that this is a McEnroe incident. John McEnroe playing tennis, and then something happened. He shouted. This became a very famous phrase. Sense of what he was saying is something that Ashish said, and it's also a book, in fact, written by John McEnroe. The book title is also the same, and we'll just take one quick round basis those hints, and if no one gets, I'll give some points to Ashish and close it. We'll start with Maanvi.
This makes no sense, man.
Okay, Rueben.
It's absolute bullshit, man.
Abish.
John McEnroe, obviously known for tennis, so my answer is
Best answer.
that was my serious answer. Now for the fun answer. Hold on. Pass.
I don't know how to improve on "You've got to be kidding." So I don't know, man. मेरे को John McEnroe का
Okay, no
फंडा
problem.
पता है,
We are
book का नाम
closing.
पता है.
The answer is you cannot be serious.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashish will get points for John McEnroe. He'll also get points for, like, in the sense where this was going to. So I'm giving 7 to Ashish for John McEnroe funda, and you cannot be serious. Cool. Okay, Ashish got the pointers on the last one, which means the next direct will be to Maanvi. Maanvi, you're talking about a dessert this time. In 1981, Jeffrey Fields opened a restaurant on the Pacific Coast Highway in Santa Monica called Les Angus. He and his French pastry chef, Claude Corbellet, invented something that they called La Mort or Dash, translated as X, which is the answer. It was on the menu on opening day and remained very popular throughout the life of the restaurant. Reference to the dessert first appeared in a Los Angeles Times review by critic Louis Douan on 13 September 1981. The trademark in the United States was owned by S&A Restaurant Group, the parent company of Bennigan's Restaurants. But with the subsequent bankruptcy of the company, the current legal status is unclear. Essentially, just tell me the dessert that we are talking about.
So the dash is similar to X, is it? Is that why you've blanked it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it similar or same only? Similar.
Yeah, similar. Almost same.
Is it cheesecake?
Not cheesecake, going to Ruben.
Cake of cheese, I was thinking.
I'm not gonna waste time. I'll just guess. It is donut.
Not donut. Abish.
It's time for me to bring back my overconfident personality. I will give you a Rajnikant way of wearing specs while I answer. It's elementary, Watson. La basically means the or something. Au means something, and mort ka kuwa ek hi hota hai. The answer is the answer is death by chocolate.
Beautiful crack. It is death by
Nice.
chocolate. Moth, or it's called la moth or chocolate.
Oh, moth is like moth.
Like
Yes.
mortuary,
Ah.
mort, like
Mortuary,
it's
chocolate.
somewhere mort.
Yeah.
Bottle,
Yeah.
all of that comes from.
See, you learn
Yes.
when you don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I would just
Abish
like to say,
gets-
Kenny, are you proud of me?
Abish gets 10 points there, which brings us to the end of the first half of the quiz. Quick look at the score. Abish got 5 for Musketeers and he got 10 for Death by Chocolate. So Abish right now is on 15. Okay. Ashish got 10 for Marie Curie. He got 10 for Vanta Black. He got 10 for Paris and he got 7 for You Cannot Be Serious. So Ashish leading right now is on 37. Maanvi got 10 for Kangri Cancer and Kashmir, and Rueben got 5 for France. So right now Ashish is ahead with 37, followed by Abish, Maanvi and Rueben with 15, 10 and 5. Okay. Let's begin the second half of the quiz. The second half, the order will be Rueben, Maanvi, Ashish and Abish. Okay. Let's start second half. This is Ruben's direct. Ruben, we're talking about origins of certain terms. Okay. What terms originated during the French Revolution in 1789 when the National Constitutive Assembly met to decide whether under France's new political regime, the king should have veto power or not? Okay. During voting, the layout of the room took on special significance with respect to where the voters who supported the king and those who didn't support the king were seated. Okay, because of this whole story, because of this incident, certain terms came into being, which we still use. What origin are we talking about?
I didn't get the question. What terms originated? You are asking for the term, or you are asking what are you asking for?
I'm asking for the terms.
Okay, before anyone attempts, again, they're political terms, or are they used in other, like colloquially in other ways also, or always in respect with respect to politics?
Can't say.
Oh.
But you are saying terms, so these can be separate words. So is it one phrase or is it a lot of other terms, right? So I can't name all terms. That's
no one can name all terms. I'm saying the two terms. Okay, we are looking at two terms which are related to each other.
Okay.
Two different terms.
Two different terms.
Two different terms.
Did you say two different terms?
Related terms. Two related terms which came out because of where the voters supported the king and those who didn't were seated.
I'm gonna guess this is kind of where the parliament originated. Like, so my terms would be but I just Republic and Democrat.
Not Republican, Democrat. Maanvi.
Is it upper house?
Not upper house and lower house. Ashish.
This is left and right, as in left wing, right wing.
Yes, this is left and right, left wing and right wing. People who, basis where they sat, people who sat on the left supported revolution, people sat on the right supported the king or monarchy, and this is from where left wing and right wing, left,
I can
right.
better that answer. It's actually a left wing and right wing. So who gets it now?
I love
Abish with the
love
French today.
Also,
I love
guys, I just want to
answers that
say.
make you want to kill yourself, huh? By the way, like I love these kind of.
Also, I
Yes,
just want to
Ruben.
say Republican Democrat was the same thing. I mean,
Okay, Ashish gets 10 points. Next direct will be to Abish. Abish, talking about shoes now. The Nike X sole is a rubber outsole released in 1972 that was much lighter and provided better traction than other track outsoles on the market. The original Nike X sole was actually constructed using something which is used to make a X, and hence the protrusions complement the depressions that are present in X. And there is also the image of the Nike X sole. Basis the image, basis the text. What do you think is X? What are these called? Nike Dash.
I have an answer, but let me read it again.
Mhm.
Also, while you were reading the answer, it's just that every time you said Exole, I was like, no, you are an Exole. So that's why I stopped. I paid attention, but I did not. Sorry, trigger. Okay, Culinary Exole is a rubber outsole. I'm just going to pass very quickly, but I would like to give the answer anyway. I'm just going to say Air Max.
Not Air Max. Ruben?
यार ये question क्या ही है? I'll pass.
Okay, passing to Maanvi.
Is it waffle?
It is waffle. 10 points to Maanvi. Of course, it's waffle. It is waffle, Nike waffle. As you can see on the image also, it looks like a waffle. And of course, something that is so, they first made it by using the iron that is used to make waffle.
Waffle iron,
And
yeah.
Nike waffle sole. Okay, Maanvi gets 10 points. And
I did better than last semi-finals. Huh, chalo.
Yeah. Going
Growth,
to
guys.
Ashish. Ashish, the English, so we're looking at one word answer now. This English word derived from a French word was originally used to refer to labor disputes in which workers wearing wooden shoes called dash interrupted production through different means. A popular but incorrect account of the origin of the term's present meaning is the story that poor workers in France would throw the wooden dash into the machines to disrupt production. It is at the end of the 19th century that the word really began to be used with the meaning of deliberately and maliciously destroying property or working slower. Okay, what word are we talking about?
Two options. Is this sabotage?
It is sabotage. 10 points there to Ashish. I'm going to Abish now. Abish, this is your direct. Talking about a dance, X is a dance which originated in the 1880s along the Rio de la Plata, the natural border between Argentina and Uruguay. The word was initially used to refer to musical gatherings of slaves. When the dance began to spread internationally around 1900, cultural norms were generally conservative, and so it was widely regarded as extremely sexual and inappropriate for public display. Which dance are we talking about that is in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List of Argentina and Uruguay?
I mean, it's sexy dance, but then you need something more specific. I can improve on that answer. It's Argentina and Uruguay. Uruguay, as we all know, is the Kung Fu Panda's master. I mean, I'm just gonna go with pop culture. What are you know as how they show sexy dancing, and I'm just gonna say tango.
It is tango. Superb answer. 10 points there for Abish.
Oh
We
man,
are talking about tango.
Woohoo!
Okay,
That's
tango
right.
is correct. Abish gets 10 points, and I go to Ruben. Ruben, talking about something. About 99% of all eggs sold in the US is fake, and even in the country of its creation, dash, you'd have to go to a very high-end restaurant to find the real stuff. Okay, eggs costs around $80 a pound, so it's much more cost-effective for restaurants to just use an imitation instead. Most of the eggs served outside of dash is a mixture of horseradish, mustard, and food coloring. Even in dash, the demand for real eggs is so high that you'll often find the horseradish mixture instead, with little, if any, real eggs mixed in. Real eggs taste is more herbal, smoother, and more plant-like than its commonly used substitute. What are we talking about?
Is it the HP sauce?
No.
Oh, no. Can I change?
Not now, Ruben. Sorry. Going to Maanvi.
Shit.
Sorry, what did Ruben say though?
Please.
What did
I
you
said
say?
HP sauce.
Is it wasabi?
It is wasabi. 10 points there to Maanvi. The blank is Japan. It is wasabi. Superb. Great answer.
Ooh.
Maanvi gets 10 points for wasabi.
Japanese green chutney.
Pudina,
And I go to Ashish. Ashish, in the 17th century, when peasants wanted to complain to the king, they submitted petitions. Okay, the king, not very fond of this kind of action, systematically condemned to death and executed the first few signatories of the list.
Holy
Thus,
shit.
petitions were no longer popular. No one wanted to be the first to sign, but they found a way around. Signing a petition not in vertical but circular order so that the leaders could not be identified. The names were placed on a ribbon attached in a circle on the petition so that there was no longer a first on the list. Now, used in the context of tournaments since 1895, what two-word term are we talking about?
Is this round robin?
It is round robin. 10 points to Ashish. This is the origin of round robin. Okay.
Nice.
Round robin. Ashish gets 10 points. Going to Abish. Abish, this is a polar area diagram, also known as a Coxcomb diagram. Similar to a usual pie chart, except each category or interval in the data is divided into equal segments. How far each segment extends from the center of the polar axis depends on the value it represents. Their popularization is attributed to X when she presented her data in this form to show that more soldiers died from infection than from wounds. Okay.
So you said
Who
she,
is
so
X?
definitely not Winamp, visual
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Okay, the popularization. She represented the data in this one.
Winamp could be female for all you know, Abish. Don't be so old fashioned.
According to the music, it changes. Okay. I have to think of anyone in the medical profession who's not a nurse and not from Kerala. So I have to focus on this. I'm gonna not Sister Mary, when she presented her data in this show. Who is X? Who has the most? Okay, I'm gonna just sweetly and politely, instead of saying pass, I would just say the opposite of pass. Pass it is.
Okay. Ruben?
And Frank, like this.
Not Anne Frank. Maanvi?
I'm thinking of 2-3 things, but is it is it Indira Gandhi?
Not Indira Gandhi. Ashish?
Is it Florence Nightingale?
It is Florence Nightingale. War, nurse,
60 the
wounds.
Yeah.
It is Florence Nightingale. Okay. And this is what she presented originally. So this is from where this was inspired. Florence Nightingale is correct. Ashish Shakya gets 10 points. So I'm going to Abish. Abish, you may know it as TANSTAAFL or TINSTAAFL and TNSTAAFL. Metaphors aside, that wasn't always the case. US saloons used to offer patrons dash with the purchase of a drink, thinking they'd suck customers into drinking the day away, which would offset the cost of the dash. But the phrase hasn't gone away. Most often, the phrase crops up as a reminder to look for the hidden cost in your mutual fund, the fine print in your user agreement, or that extra baggage fee. What are we talking about?
You're looking at one-word answer, two-word answer, or funda?
Looking at the first line, if you could explain what these acronyms are. So to speak.
Correct. Okay, I'm going to pass this one.
Okay, Abish passes. We go to Ruben.
it conditions apply?
Not conditions apply. Maanvi.
I keep that's going through my head. Please read the offer document carefully before investing. The subjects are marketed. Fine print.
Not fine print. Ashish.
Free lunch.
Free lunch. And
There
can you
ain't
sort of...
no such thing as a free lunch.
That is correct. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch, or there isn't a thing.
There is no
as
such
free
thing as
lunch,
free lunch.
but there's no such thing as a free lunch. That wasn't always the case. US saloons used to offer patrons free lunch with the purpose of a drink, thinking that suck customers into drinking the day away, which would offset the cost of the food or of the lunch.
I read somewhere prohibition में भी ऐसा कुछ फंडा. Sorry. Yeah. Prohibition में भी similar फंडा तो you're not allowed to sell drinks, or sell was the problem. So they sell sandwiches and drink free with them. Which is like
there's no such thing as a free lunch. Cool. Shax gets it. We go to Abish. The last couple of questions. Abish, the next time you describe a Black Friday sale or similar events as X, tip your hat to poet John Milton. He coined the word for the capital city of hell in Paradise Lost, using the Greek prefix dash, which means all, and the Latin word dash, which is evil spirit. What one word answer are we looking for?
Do we know this word? It's a commonly used word.
Yeah, you can use it to describe things like Black Friday sale or like, I mean, that's just an example. It can be used to describe many different kinds of things.
So, KV, can we have some Indian references? I don't think Black Friday sale is a thing in India. Something like Big Billion
Amazon
Day.
Big Bazaar sale.
Big Billion
Day.
Our city mall.
Shoot. Le chahiye.
It's basically, don't think of sales or discounts or things. That's just an example. Think of like some uproar or some like something like that.
Nothing is coming. Nothing. Tumma, nothing is coming. All evil spirit.
All plus
It's
evil
the capital.
spirit.
It's the capital of Hades.
Yeah, and essentially means like disorder or confusion, uproar, etc.
Oh. Oh. I mean, chaos?
Not chaos. Going to Rueben.
Is it carnival?
Not carnival. Maanvi.
Is it Bedlam?
Not bedlam. Ashish.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium is correct. All is
Pandemonium.
pan plus demon.
Ashish is now just like, he's like, come on, guys.
नहीं वो already delay हो गया तो मैं मतलब आता है तो जल्दी से next वाला भी करना चाहिए इसको.
Next question. We're talking about a flower this time. This is Abish's correct. Okay. So eggs are also known as narcissus, and their botanical name is Narcissus pseudo-narcissus. Okay. The mythical word, of course, derives from the story of Narcissus from classical Greek mythology, where a beautiful youth became so entranced with his own reflection that he pined away for himself. That's the story of Narcissus, as we all know. As a punishment for his vanity, the gods turned him into this flower. Okay. Additionally, the English call these the Lent lily due to their long association with the fasting period of Christianity. So if you ever hear that name, just remember it's an X. In fact, the Welsh love this Amaryllis family bloom so much that they have designated it their national flower. Which flower are we talking about? Essentially talking about a flower which is the national flower of Wales. You also known as Lent lily. Also from mythology, Narcissus was converted into this flower as a punishment. Which flower are we talking about?
Lent lily. Man, these British Christians are so different from Mallu Christians. So you don't have Lenten lily. Lily is probably a name of my sister or someone. Sorry. Obviously, it's not lily cookie. I remember it's an X. It's which flower? It's called lint lily, but you want the name of the flower.
Yeah.
Lint lily. And Jesus is considered. White rose.
No, not rose. Ruben?
Is it a tulip?
Not a tulip. Maanvi?
I have two guesses.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it a touch me not?
No. Going to Ashish?
Man, I have two guesses also. और पूरा ग्रीक मिक्सअप हो गया मेरे दिमाग में. Is it hyacinth?
No. Okay, we'll start for
Yeah,
five points. I'll make, since this is the last question, I'll give you a basic clue. The answer starts with D. D for Delta.
Got it.
E for Delta.
Yeah.
All flowers.
As in the variant.
Yeah.
Delta variant, you mean? Good one. Even when you give the price, just remember the same mistake would be nice. Okay, D. All the flowers you know, Abish. Why is only rose coming to your head? You piece of shit. Do you not know any other flowers with the rose? With D. It's not a flower.
Those. But now they're two again. Okay, but yeah.
How about Dilly? And that you pronounce as P-A-S-S. On to you.
Okay, going to Ruben.
Delhi as in the
Come on,
capital
this
of
has to be right. Okay. Is it daffodil?
It is daffodils. Ruben gets 5 points.
How do
Going
you
to
know
quiz,
about
we're talking
Christianity?
about
I don't.
daffodils. Talking about
But
daffodils.
why was this a punishment? I mean, what?
You're
is
just
it about
converted into a
that?
flower. That's the
Oh, I thought maybe dandelion because it just every time there's a strong wind, it kind of just dissipates or something. That's why I said touch me not because see.
But from human to flower is a,
that in itself is a punishment.
yeah. That
I agree. God pagal the. सबको कुछ convert करते रहते into from one thing to the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
That brings us to the
It's
end
all
of the
Greek
second
to me.
semi-final. Abish had 15 in the first half. He got Tango in the second half. So Abish ends on 25. Maanvi had 10 in the first half and she got Nike waffle and she got wasabi. So she ends on 30 points.
Yeah.
And she is the runner-up of this semi-final. Rueben had
semi-final.
Yeah. Ruben had 5 in the first half and he ended with daffodils. So Ruben ends on 10 points. And
yes,
Ashish
had 5 and 5.
5 plus 5, consistent. Ashish had 37 in the first half, and in the second half, he got left wing, right wing. He got sabotage. He got round robin. He got Florence Nightingale. There's no such thing as free lunch and pandemonium. So Ashish ends on 97. So with that, Ashish Shakya reaches the second finalist after Sahil Shah. But thank you so much to Ruben, first of all, for being part of KVizzing with the Comedians. Thank you to Abish. But thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Abish. Thank you so much, Maanvi, for being so kind and enthusiastic and always coming here.
And talented.
And all the very best. All the very best to Ashish Shakya, and I'll see Ashish soon in the final.
All right,
Thank you
again,
guys, for your patience. Yeah, bye.
No.
Bye, guys.